it's okay to be selfish, right? We can all be selfish once in a while. You know, today's offer is not about you, it's about me. Incredibly selfish today. Because I just wanted to open this wine and drink it, and then I needed a reason to open it. So it was like, okay, let's do an offer on it so I can open it and drink it. Because, you know, I gotta say around here, we don't drink a lot of expensive wine. You know what I mean? Like, I think a lot of people think like we sit around like Jose and Romanicani all day and this kind of stuff. And that's not how we roll. You know, as wine merchants, we're also wine consumers. And I would say for us, our world is like in that $15 to $25 range, just like the rest, just like everybody else. Those are the wines that we take home and drink on a daily basis. Those are the wines that deliver a lot of joy to us, and we can consume them completely guilt-free. You know what I mean? But sometimes you bump into a wine, you're like, I'm drinking some of this shit. You know, and this is one of those wines. This is one of the great charmers in the world of white wine, and one of the greatest white wines in the world. So if you've never been exposed to Hermitage Blanc before, this is your gateway drug. This is the introduction into one of the greatest genres of white wine on the planet. I stole this. This was stealing. This was theft. I felt a little dirty as I did the deal, and then the wine showed up and I drank it, and it was like, oh no, I don't feel dirty. I feel good. I feel really good. Chapoutier, Chante-Alouette, Hermitage Blanc, 2020. This wine's got special meaning for us. You know, Chapoutier was one of the houses that kind of broke the Rhone barrier back in the late 80s and early 90s. The groundbreaking work in Michel Chapoutier with biodynamics, the braille and the labels, and just really creating a cadre of some of the world's greatest red and white wines, shot him into the upper echelon of just producers on the planet Earth for great wines. It's been a real treat to visit Hermitage, to see the vineyards, to hang with the Chapoutier folks, to have this experience, and it never gets old. I've been to the top of the Hermitage Hill a couple times, and both times I was like, when can I go back again? It is one of the great places on planet Earth, and it makes some of the greatest wines, both red and white, which a lot of people think of Hermitage as a red wine appellation, and it is overwhelmingly so, but fact of the matter is, there are sectors of the vineyard that produce just the greatest white wine grapes on planet Earth. And what are we talking about? We're talking about Marsanne. Roussanne's grown there as well, but and people will fight me on this, I'm with Michel Chapoutier. I'm on the Marsanne tip. Marsanne does it for me, man. And so accordingly, all of Chapoutier's Hermitage Blanc cuvées are 100% Marsanne, and he owns some of the choicest parcels on the hill. So actually the Hermitage Hill is kind of three hills, and this wine comes from at least two of the three hills that I'm aware of. So Le Mayal, which is on the first hill, Chante-Alouette, which is the second hill, and Murette, which is, and I'm gonna get in trouble with this, geeks, do not email me, but it's the second or third hill there, of the three bumps, the second or third, I don't think it's the first one. And we're talking about a mix of granitic and loess soils, which combined with these old vines, biodynamic farming, and Chapoutier's brilliant winemaking, makes one of the most compelling white wines on planet Earth. You have to buy this wine today, just so you have an Hermitage Blanc experience without breaking the bank. A first level Hermitage Blanc experience without breaking the bank. Old vineyards here, not a lot of new oak. Actually, he uses a lot of demi-muid, which is the 600-liter barrels, and only about 10% new. I think there used to be more new oak in the program in the past, and that's changed up a little bit. There's less new oak now, and I don't mind it one bit. Ugh, I'm so in love with this wine. It's one of those wines that if you drink it, then it goes away. So you just want to smell it, and then you're like, if I drink it, then I will have less. I don't know how else to put that. It's kind of the reality. Just exquisite. Floral, structured, a touch oily, exquisite balance. Man, and this is the wine, even more so I think than like white Burgundy for some reason. When I drink this wine, I think of like classic, old school Michelin French preparations. You know, the lobster bisque and all these like creamy, seafoody, shellfishy things. And this isn't like a quinoa and mushrooms wine. This is a, give me what you got, man. What's the gnarliest dish you got in your arsenal for white wine? And this wine hits it, crushes it. Absolutely gorgeous. Man, and the deal is, this is one of the very few deals we've been able to score from France recently. Like, France knows what everything costs nowadays. They know the cost of all these bottles. So it's getting harder and harder to steal stuff from France. And this is one of the last great steals that I was able to finagle from France. So this is usually about $135 retail. Matter of fact, we have the previous vintage of this on our shelf right now for about $115 at our margins. This wine, 69 bucks. 70. Might be 70. Don't quote me on that. 69 or 70. What the hell, really? So for around 70 bucks, you get one of the great white wine experiences on the planet. Just adore this. I'm gonna stop talking to you guys. I'm just gonna keep drinking.